Road Trip with Huell Hauser is made possible by the Automobile Club of Southern California and the AAA Travel Agency. We've been meeting members' travel, automotive, insurance, and financial needs since 1900. Over 4.5 million members turn to us for peace of mind and quality service. The Auto Club, we're always with you. Huell's editing equipment was generously provided by Promax.
Hello everybody, I'm Huell Hauser, and this has been quite a morning. We started off about 7 o'clock this morning in Los Angeles. It was cloudy, it was overcast, it was drizzling, lousy weather. We got on the 5 freeway heading north, and the first thing that happened to us, we ran into a major accident. 3 trucks had collided. There was a fuel spill all over the freeway, and they diverted us on the most amazing detour you have ever seen through a maze of side streets. We lost a good hour right off the bat. But we worked through all of that. We got back on the freeway heading north. We've now taken the 126 exit. We're heading to Fillmore. It's 19 miles away. And just as we got off the freeway, the clouds are broken. It's going to be a beautiful day, and our spirits are high. We've got the weekend off, and we're heading out on a road trip. Okay, we're taking the exit to Piru right here. It's a mile down the road. Looks kind of interesting. I've always heard of Piru. Never been there. Look at this. There's a bridge over here. And there's a bridge over here. Ah, downtown Piru. Okay, we've pulled into downtown Piru. Things are kind of quiet here this morning. Nice little view looking down the main street here. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you doing?
All right.
I'm Huell Hauser. What's your name?
Rafael Alcocer.
Rafael.
Yeah.
Now, do you live in Piru?
Yes.
Tell me about the town. What kind of a town is it?
And was different guys and different parts to Mexico.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, here. They are for the pick the orange, you know.
Oh, so people come here from Mexico to pick the oranges, because we saw the oranges coming into town.
Yeah. Right here in the, over there, the Cirrus.
So they're all out working now.
Yeah, a lot of people.
How come you're not out working today?
No, it's rain today, yeah.
Oh, but it's, look, it's cleared up.
I know, now, that's morning.
Ah, yeah, it was. It was raining this morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Well, we're trying to find out. Howdy, I'm Huell Hauser.
I'm Ruben Salcida.
Nice to meet you.
This is my son, Ruben Jr.
Tell us what there is to see in Piru.
In Piru, you got the Leckler Museum.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the Cook Mansion, which is owned by the Huell family now.
Wow. Is that open to the public?
No. Tourism. They were going to sell it, but they decided not to after all.
Oh.
And which will probably still go on the block.
Where is it?
It's up Main Street. To your right, you can see it up there from the highway.
So that's a famous old mansion in town?
It was originally built by Mr. Cook, which was a publisher.
Ah. Well, you sound like you know what you're talking about here. You lived here a while?
All my life.
So it's a nice little town.
Yeah, I was born here. Yeah, I was born.
Doesn't seem to have grown that much.
No, it just started growing.
Piru is what you make it.
It's what you make it.
Yeah.
Great.
It's small, but it's nice.
Nice people.
Nice people. Everybody's friendly. Everybody's family.
Boy, this is a beautiful, look at this. What a nice location for the little town. We're going to head up and see if we can find the mansion and the museum. Morning, fellas.
Good morning, Hugh. How are you?
What's going on around here? You're making a movie.
We just wrapped the X-Files.
The X-Files?
Yeah, we're doing the X-Files here.
Now, how did you get to Piru? Why Piru?
Well, that's our locations department. They come up with the strangest locations.
And what were you shooting, inside the church here?
We shot inside the church. We shot outside the church. And it's going to be kind of a demon, kind of a bad church thing. Yeah.
And how many days were you here?
We were here about 2 weeks.
Oh, good. So
on.
what is there to do in Piru for 2 weeks?
The lake. the lake and do some shopping for peanuts and oranges and stuff like that. That's about it.
Kind of a quiet little town.
Yeah, it's a sleepy town.
How you doing? Tell us about this area. We're just kind of heading around up here. We're going to Fillmore. We kind of diverted over to Piru.
Okay, well, Piru and Fillmore are very historic areas. This here church is over 100 years old, and it was originally founded by the Warings, as far as I know. An old family in the area that used to own everything, and actually at one point owned the mansion up down the way.
We're heading for the mansion.
You're heading the mansion?
Tell us about the mansion.
The mansion was built in the 1800s, about 1870, burnt down to the ground, completely down to the ground, in 1980, and was restored by the Huells.
Of the famous Huell family.
Exactly, and it's in pristine condition, so it's just down the way, and it's a nice place.
Now, as the location manager, is that what you are, the location guy?
No, I'm the site rep for this current location.
So do you have to find out the history of all these places, or how do you know all of this?
Well, actually, I'm a local.
Oh, really?
So I live just down the way, and have lived here for 2 years, own a home down here, and.
Well, you probably don't want too many people to know about this because it's such a nice, quiet little town.
We remain anonymous enough. We're far enough away. We're pretty famous for our lake here.
Yeah.
Although I don't know why I don't catch a damn thing in that lake.
Oh, there it is. Uh-oh. Look over here at the sign. This is our home. Please respect our privacy. So we're just barely gonna go up here. Oh my gosh, look at this house. This is beautiful. Now I know why everybody in town wanted us to come see it. But obviously it's not open to the public. So we're not gonna get out. We'll just turn around and head to Fillmore. Oh, look at the turret over there. Oh, that's beautiful. Good morning.
Good morning.
You came, as we were pulling up in the drive, you came barreling up behind us in your car to find out who we were.
Absolutely. We're getting ready to film a movie here, so just want to protect the location and see what's up.
Yeah, you heard we were in town. You heard somebody with a camera.
Somebody driving around with the camera.
Was nosing around.
Nosing around, wondering if it's a news crew or what's going on.
Well, now, what are you going to film here this afternoon?
We're doing a movie Christopher Coppola is directing.
Really?
And he put together a pretty good ensemble cast for one of those rare independent films that's still surviving Hollywood.
And you're going to film inside or outside?
Inside and outside.
Wow, look at this location.
Gorgeous.
Now, do you know anything about the house?
Well, I know that this is an exact reproduction of the original.
Other one burned down. We've heard that.
In the 80s.
Now, does somebody still live here?
They still retain the property.
The Huells?
The Huells, yes.
And they rent it out for occasions like this?
Banquets, events, weddings.
Yeah.
Gorgeous place for a wedding.
Because we saw the sign that said that this wasn't really a place that we should be, you know, respect our privacy.
Exactly,
kind of thing.
Exactly.
That's why you pulled up.
Yes.
Well, we'll let you film your movie.
Thank you very much.
Well, we haven't been over a mile from Piru before we noticed some kind of a shoot going on over here in front of this wonderful old store. Who's in charge around here?
I'm the producer.
You're the producer?
Yes, I am.
Now, you look awfully young to be a producer.
Yes, I'm a student at Cal Arts. This is a student film.
Great. And you've chosen this little place for what reason? Just because of its atmosphere?
Exactly. I mean, it's a perfect shooting location. So, yeah.
And what are you shooting here today?
We're shooting a spec commercial.
A spec commercial.
Yes, and our director, Jason Muir.
Where's the director?
Hi, how are you?
You're the director?
Yes, how are you?
And where are the actors themselves?
The actor's sitting back there eating. This is one of our actors right here.
You're one of the actors?
I'm supposed to be.
What do you mean you're supposed to be?
Well, that's what he says.
Well, have you got your lines down? What are you going to do?
This is one of those things that all I have to do is look. I don't have to say anything.
Ah.
I can't. It's like probably the star I was meant to be back in the silver screen when they didn't have to talk.
You know, we were just in Piru, and they were wrapping up a shoot for the X-Files there.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Yeah.
We feel privileged.
Yeah, so this is really interesting. We've been less than a mile, and here's another film crew.
That's Hollywood for you.
Yeah. No, that's Piru for you.
That's Piru for you, exactly. We found that out trying to get the permit.
Oh, really?
Yes.
How hard is it to get a permit?
Well, with students, it's a little bit easier. They, especially in the Ventura County and LA County, they're really nice to students. And we pulled some strings and we got it, and we're really happy to be here.
Well, look, you've got some big equipment over here. This looks big time.
Yeah, we try. You know, we're trying to be as professional as possible. We're trying to do a professional shoot, and it took many hours on the phone and everything to get this done. But Chapman Leonard was very nice, and we got a nice camera, so we're gonna do this. And luckily the weather cleared up, because we're shooting, our script says it's supposed to be a hot sunny day, and then when we got here at 6 a.m. it was cold and rainy.
When we started off from LA this morning, it was miserable.
So thank you very much.
This is Jennifer. This is one of our other actors.
Now, do you have words to say?
Yeah, I say 2 lines.
What do you say?
I
Hey, wait a minute,
say-
let's say it now with the way you're going to say it.
Here we go.
So when are we gonna go out again? And what's my other line?
You say, you know what I could really use right now?
You know what I could really use right now? And then out comes the product.
Great.
I'd buy that product. I think you got a winner on your hands.
Well, I think we did too. That's what we thought in casting. So
good luck.
Thank you so much.
Good luck. We're on our way to Fillmore.
Oh boy, well maybe you'll catch another one.
All right, let's get everybody together here. Here's the cast and crew from Cal Arts making a commercial on the side of Highway 126 right outside Piru. Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck. Now, one thing about a road trip is that you never know where you're going to end up next. And we hadn't been back on good old Highway 126 over 2 or 3 miles before we spotted a roadside stand that we just had to stop and see. Good morning.
Good morning.
Who's in charge around here? Is this your fruit stand?
Well, it belongs to my in-laws, yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about it. Where's all this fruit from? Is this all from this area around here?
Well, we grow a lot of it ourselves. All the persimmons here, the pomegranates.
Look at this.
All
This
the
is
oranges,
beautiful.
the grapefruits, the lemons, and all kinds of stuff like that.
So this is a real agricultural area around here.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
A lot of local stuff.
A lot of local stuff, all the squash and corn and all that good stuff, you know.
I want to come out here and take a look at this squash because, Heidi, what are you buying today?
Some squash.
Look at this squash. This is absolutely beautiful.
It is, isn't it?
Now, have you driven a long way to get this squash?
Yes, we came from Azusa, California.
Just for the squash?
Well, no.
What are you doing up here?
We're on our way to Atascadero to see my husband's family.
I got you. And you couldn't pass up the squash.
No, it's too pretty.
Now, what are you going to do with this?
We're going to steam it.
Look at the size and the color of these squash. These are really very amazing and beautiful squash.
Yeah, we grow those right up the road here in between Satacoy and Santa Paula. We have another ranch there.
Look at this. This whole bin is full of these things. They're just amazing.
Yeah, that's a turban squash.
A turban squash.
Yeah.
And it just goes, look at these things. Are you buying anything today?
I came for avocados.
I got you.
Have you seen any?
Well, but look at these things.
I know. I've never seen squash or pumpkins like this. What are they called?
These are sweet squash. These are turban squash down here.
Yeah, aren't they pretty?
These are absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Boy, These are almost too pretty to eat.
I think
this is
so.
A beautiful
A
arrangement on the
centerpiece.
table. Yeah. Now you've got a whole orange operation going on over here.
Yeah, this is our biggest thing. Like I said, oranges and stuff like that, citrus and avocados.
So what's he doing here?
He's packing the boxes right now. Our machine, it comes in from the field in these bins. When they load it up on this conveyor belt, and it goes to the bin dumper, then it goes to the brushes, then it goes to the sizer.
Oh, look,
Yeah.
there they go. So you've got the whole operation working here.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, and it's a simple process actually, but the machine does all the work. And it goes from the smallest size over here to the biggest size on this side.
Oh, here come the little ones out over here. And these are all grown right here on the place.
Right on the property, yes.
How many acres you got?
Just over 100, almost 200 acres, yeah. And yeah, so yeah.
And these oranges are sweet and juicy. Howdy. Oh boy, look at these things.
Yeah,
this is wonderful.
Yeah.
It's a whole little, now who's this lady over here?
That's my mother-in-law. She's actually co-owner with her husband, my father-in-law.
Oh, so you married into all of this?
Yeah, I did.
Ah.
I got lucky.
I gotcha. Well, we're ending up with some fresh squeezed orange juice. She squeezed it for us just this morning, right?
That's right.
This is the best?
Sure, it's the best orange juice.
Well, thank you.
We squeeze it for you.
Ma'am?
We make it for you.
Thank
Real
you.
fresh, right from the oranges.
Thank you very much. This has been an unexpected stop, but a very interesting and good stop.
Appreciate
And the name of the stand again?
Cornejo's Produce. We're on Highway 126, about a quarter-mile east of Fillmore.
Oh boy.
It's good, huh?
This is great. It's refreshed us for the rest of the day.
Okay, good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Huell.
Back on 126, maybe it was the fact that I was finishing my orange juice and trying to drive at the same time. Whatever the reason, I was distracted and almost missed the next turnoff. But I'm glad I didn't, because our next stop, which was just about a half a mile off the main highway, turned out to be one of the most interesting and fun places I've ever been.
I'm Jim Adams with the California State Department of Fish and Game.
All right, we saw the sign. It said it's open to the public.
Correct.
We're members of the public.
That's correct.
So we're here.
Absolutely.
And the first comment I want to make is that this is absolutely a spectacular view you have here. This whole part of the state is so beautiful.
Yes, in the springtime, this whole hillside turns incredibly green. We just need a little rain to green it up. Last summer in August, it burned, so everything that grows from here on out should be brand spanking new and green. It should be very beautiful.
So this spring, this will be all green.
Like the one green hillside, only that way all the way to the top.
Now, do you have many visitors here?
About 50 or 60,000 a year.
Really?
Yes.
Do they know what they're getting into, or do they just pull off the road because they see the sign?
A little of both. We have a lot of returning visitors that visit many, many times, and then we'll get a few people that see the sign out on the highway and just come in to wonder what is in here.
Now, this is a fish hatchery.
Correct. This is a California State Department of Fish and Game operated fish hatchery. It is funded by fishing license monies, and we raise about 1 million fish a year.
Oh my gosh, look at this. This whole thing is black with fish.
Correct. We have 5 different strains of rainbow trout. Everything that we raise here is rainbow trout. We plant them in the 4 surrounding counties of San Luis Obispo, Santa Barbara, Ventura, and Los Angeles counties. In those 4 counties, we have about 50 different lakes and streams that we plant. We plant our heaviest from September through May, with a few smaller plants during the summer months.
Boy, this is something to see. I don't know whether the camera can pick this up very well, but when the sun hits it like this,
beautiful.
It really is beautiful.
Yeah. We raise fish. Takes about a year to get them up to catchable size to put in the lakes and streams. These fish that we're looking at right here are just about a year old as we speak, and they're being planted this month.
Now, planted means that you take them in a truck.
Correct. We put them into a fish planting truck, and depending on where the point of distribution is to be, we have a crew that goes out there and puts them in a lake if they are to go into a lake, or if they're in a stream, they spread them out along the stream as they can drive along.
Well, now here's some people right here. Good morning. How are you doing?
Okay.
Well, what have you seen today?
A lot of fish.
Did you know what you were going to see when you pulled in?
No, we drove by here by every 2 or 3 months to come by here visiting some parents up in Ventura, and we always think about stopping here, so this time we decided to stop. So.
Well, was it worth it?
I do a lot of bass fishing, but they're fun to watch.
This will get you into trout.
Yeah, I used to do trout fishing years ago. Season opening every year, June Lake and stuff. And
well, have you ever seen anything like this before in your life?
Up in Convict Lake, they got a hatchery in Convict Lake up there, up in Sierras up there, and we've been to those. Yeah.
Boy, this is something to see, all of these fish.
All those fish.
Just waiting.
The big ones are out at the end down there in that fence over there. That's where the big ones are at.
Is that, well, let's go look at the big ones. Come on.
He dumped some dead fish down there just now, and all the big ones are coming up down behind that fence down there. So.
You were doing what?
Well, we have a certain amount of daily loss. After when you have 1 million fish on board,
take it easy.
You're going to lose a few. So we feed the birds with the few that we lose every day. They get fed to the birds.
About that big.
Yeah.
Look at these birds. Now, what kind of birds are these?
The large white ones are common egrets. The smaller white ones are snowy egrets. The large gray-blue ones are great blue herons. And the smaller whitish and gray ones are black-crowned night herons.
So they're smart enough to hang out around the hatchery because they know they're going to get fed every day.
Right. It helps us out because we don't have to dispose of them in any other manner, and it gives them something to eat and keeps them happy also.
Oh boy, they're feeding the fish. What are you doing here?
Feeding the fish.
Look at this. Boy, they like... Now, where did you get the fish food?
The rabbit food.
Time machine?
It's
my favorite program here.
Well, no, well, listen.
I can't believe I was so stunned I forgot your name, though.
Huell Hauser.
Huell Hauser. I'll be darned. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Well, tell us about, what are you doing here today?
Oh, I was on my way back from fishing up in Lake Casitas one day, and my dad used to take me here when I was a little kid. And my little one here, Tyler, he got a kick out of it. You know, they just love it. It's good entertainment for them.
Now, what do you do? Can you buy the food up there?
Yeah, you just put a dime in the thing and comes out. And
so you're just feeding the fish?
Yeah.
This is something that the tourists like to do when they come by here.
Absolutely. Yeah,
people
come by.
On the camera there.
Hi.
Feed those fish. Oh my gosh, look at the size of them down here.
Yeah, these fish are part of the ones that are ready to go. These fish are averaging between 1/3 of a pound and 1/2 pound, and they'll be put into the streams. And over on the other side, we have some larger fish which go into larger bodies of water like lakes.
Can I borrow a little bit of your food there? I want to feed. So they get fed by
6 times a day, over a ton of feed a day.
So let's see what happens right over here when I put a little bit of food in here. See how they come for it. Oh gosh. It's a feeding frenzy.
It is, yeah. They're always hungry, and they get pretty excited when they know that there's feed going to be put in the water.
Don't get too much.
Oh, look at him putting it, oh gosh.
Yeah, they just handfuls at a time, I'm telling you.
Oh, now we're seeing what's going on.
Okay, this is the feed cart that distributes the feed across the ponds. It blows it out across the ponds. We feed about 2,000 pounds of feed a day, and the fish get fed 6 times a day.
So this is just shooting feed right out the side of the cart every day.
Correct. There's a bin on the back of the cart and a blower that blows the air and the feed out across the water to the fish.
Oh, look!
Yeah, they get pretty excited. Of course, these are fish that have been here over a year now, so they're approaching 1 pound each. They're ready to go into the lakes by the end of November and December. And
look at the way the sun catches it in this angle.
That's correct, Huell.
The way they're jumping up for that food.
Yeah. Well, of course, remember too, it's still early in the morning, and so breakfast is served, and they're still hungry after.
Now look, they start going into a frenzy down here long before the cart even gets here.
Fish have phenomenal eyesight. They can see that cart coming, and they can feel the vibration in the water from the other fish that are being fed. So they move right in on it, and they know when it's chow time.
Look at this. What if I put my hand in there?
We try to discourage that at all costs. We have many signs that say, please keep your hands and rocks and items out of the water. The main reason, because we don't want to injure the fish in any way. We also,
injure the fish?
We don't.
What about my hand?
They won't bother your hand. You're much bigger than they are. Also, we want to make sure that the people don't pick up a fish from one area and transport it to another and introduce a big fish in on small fish and create a cannibalism situation.
Because it is so tempting.
Oh, it's very
when
tempting.
you're standing here,
it's a big
look
temptation.
at these fish down here. Just looking at them, they're just so beautiful that you almost just want to reach down in there and try to grab one.
It is a big temptation.
Oh my, oh look. Boy, those are healthy, healthy fish. Let's dip in there one more time. He's got a routine to... Oh, those are beautiful. Now, how many pounds are they?
They're about 1 pound apiece.
Those are beautiful fish. You're making a lot of fishermen out there get real excited.
Oh, I'm sure that...
about what's ahead.
Yeah, this side's
Look at the way you do it. You got your own routine.
Well,
you're sneaking up on them.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Because you see how they leave a blank area right here?
Yeah.
They're frightened enough to get away from you. You have to catch them off guard, otherwise they swim away. Trying to look for a dense place.
He's sneaking around. There you go. Well, as we prepare to leave, I had mentioned something about, well, you had mentioned something about the numbers of people who come here.
Yes, well, as I mentioned earlier, it's still fairly early in the morning, but by the afternoon, the parking lot will have 20 to 30 cars in it, and weekends are very busy. We have quite a few thousand visitors come through on any given weekend.
Who would think that a fish hatchery, I mean, no offense.
Yes, but
that a fish hatchery would be this big a draw?
It doesn't cost a thing. It's still free admission. And there's many people in the state that enjoy fishing, and hopefully it'll continue that way. People have been fishing since caveman, so we have a lot of visitors come out, and we enjoy it to have them come out and see their fish and encourage it. I hope that everybody gets a chance to. We're open 365 days a year.
Really?
From 8 in the morning till 3:30 in the afternoon. The fish don't recognize holidays or vacations. They're always here, and we're always taking care of them.
See you later.
Give them 5, Tyler.
Ah!
Yeah. Hey, we're gonna go get some more food.
Oh, really? For the fish?
We ain't done yet, yeah.
Well, this is amazing.
It's a bunch of fun.
It's a bunch of fun.
It is. It keeps us very busy year-round, and because fishing is open year-round and in Southern California, we're constantly raising them and constantly planting them, and a lot of people are enjoying an angling experience.
And this is where they start.
And this is where they start.
Right here.
Right.
See, I told you it was an interesting place. And we could have stayed at the hatchery looking at the fish all day. But we had other places to go. Now, if you keep going straight on Highway 126, you'd miss it completely. But turning off the main road, you end up in an old part of the little town of Fillmore. And right away, you feel like you've gone back in time to a quieter, simpler way of life. In fact, it was so intoxicating, we just drove around for a while, looking at the Central Business District and the tree-lined streets with their neat houses. It really did look like something that should be on the cover of an old Saturday Evening Post magazine. Fillmore felt good, and we knew we'd made the right decision in coming here on our road trip. Howdy, gentlemen.
Hello there.
Huell Hauser. How y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Hey, Hill.
Well, we saw y'all standing out here in front. We've just pulled into town. We're going to spend the weekend here. We're on a road trip. Have we come to the right place?
This is the right place.
Tell us about Fillmore. Get me excited about Fillmore.
It's a nice small little town.
Mm-hmm.
We have festivities on the weekend involving the train.
Uh-huh. We're going to take the train ride tomorrow.
Okay. And it goes to Santa Paula and back, as far as I know.
Uh-huh.
And pretty much that's all there is to do here.
Well, maybe the volunteer firemen weren't as gung-ho about Fillmore as I'd expected them to be. But after all, we had interrupted their Saturday morning firehouse chores. And we didn't have to look very far to find other locals to talk with.
This has been an interesting town because one of the things, we've had the oldest chief of police here, been here longer, Earl Hume. We had the oldest city attorney, Mr. Galvin. We've had one of the oldest teachers. We've had some real outstanding lady teachers here, have taught for 6 or 8 generations. And so this has been a real interesting little town to live in.
So when people come here, they stay here?
Most of the time, yes, yes. I have noticed in the last 10 years that a lot of the businesses, the individual businesses, there have been shoemakers, there have been salesmen, there's been blacksmiths, and they've disappeared. You see, because our society doesn't, they'd rather go to the quickie shopping mall.
Yeah.
And we are getting these malls also. Huell, you can't see these hills because of the clouds today and the rain.
Uh-huh.
But these mountains go up over 5,000 feet, and they are where they quarried the brownstone years and years ago.
Brownstone?
And it's called brownstone because it's a beautiful shale rock that is brown color. Now, there used to be some pillars. I'm sure if you look around, you can find some pillars here made of the brown stone. But they used to quarry this and ship it to the East Coast. And many of our early cities in New York and Boston and those places where
like the brownstones in New York.
This is where the brownstone came from.
From Fillmore?
From Fillmore, California. Well, it's actually out of town here, several miles. But this was an interesting part of this community that very few people are aware of.
You mean the brownstone in the brownstones in New York and Philadelphia and Boston came from these mountains in Fillmore?
I am the most of the brownstone did. Now, I'm not going to say that there was no other brownstone quarries in the world, the country, because it's a big country. And there are lots of quarries of marble.
But we know that some of them came from right up there.
Right here.
Well, we didn't have to be in town long before we realized it was full of surprises. Take, for example, the Fillmore Insectary, which has to be one of the most interesting and strangest places I've ever visited. Monty, this is a first for me. I have never been to it. I don't even know what an insectary is. But everybody in town said we had to come here.
A insectary hill is where we raise beneficial insects to control the bad citrus bugs that we have in the citrus in the Fillmore Piru area. Right now we cover about 9,000 acres of citrus with our beneficial insects.
So you're growing insects?
We're a bug farm.
A bug farm. How many bugs do you have around here?
We have, right now we're producing 2 different parasites, the red scale parasite, and then in this building down here, we have the black scale parasite. You might want to take just a minute and I'll explain this thing here to you. Back in the late 1800s, back 1888, citrus was planted here in the valley, but at that time they didn't have beneficial insects to control the red scale, so they used fumigation. And what they did, they would put tents up over the trees and then shoot cyanide gas.
Oh my gosh.
Under the tent, and that got rid of red scale, black scale, mealybug, chickens,
People, anybody who happened to breathe it.
Right, right.
Well, we don't do that anymore.
We don't do that. We did this up to 1961, but
okay,
we don't
now
do that
we
anymore.
just use the little insects that you grow in here.
Correct.
You grow the good insects to eat the bad insects. Is that what what we're saying?
That's what we're doing here.
Okay, we are inside the bug house, and I'm not sure what I'm looking like. It looks like something out of the movie about the pod people. These look like pods that might be growing weird things inside. What are we seeing? We saw the ones outside.
Right. Those are the same banana squash, but these have the pest, which grows the food source for the good bugs.
Uh-huh.
And so what you have is the adult pests here. They're hatching the babies. They're falling down into this tray, and the yellow dust that you see are millions of these little baby scales you see on the squash right now.
Wait a minute. These are the actual, are these bugs?
They're insects, yes.
There are millions of them.
Yes.
Billions of them.
Probably.
But they're not moving.
They are moving. If you put your finger here, you'll see it with the camera. You'll see them start filling the line back in. They have 6 legs, and they're a
Oh
scale
my, now
insect.
you've got them all over your hand.
Yeah. Do you want to, let me get them.
Can I put my...
Yes.
Oh my gosh. They're moving. Oh my gosh. What was that?
Well, that's to bang them off the top. Otherwise, they're all going to try and fly off.
It's using your hand too.
Oh.
And then I
God.
blow them off.
She's blowing off the top of the squash.
They settle on the squash.
Yeah, I just blow off as many as I can.
Boy, this is strange. Oh, look at them. There they are. There are those little bugs.
Okay, now actually that's a combination of a little bit of red scale crawler and the good guys. So I'll bring them over here. Show you how we measure them.
They're already starting to wake up.
We don't have all day.
How do you know they're waking up?
Watch them. They're moving.
I'm going to sweep these off because I think there's a lot of crawlers in there.
Well,
we don't want to save those. Those were the...
Boy, look at these.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Now we got to get them in a container before they start flying.
Okay, so we actually measure them in here. Well, not too many this time. I got 4 milliliters, which is about 45,000.
Well, it's an important part of the citrus industry.
Oh, yes, it is.
Because if you didn't have an insectary,
you'd have to spray a lot.
You'd still be spraying with that big old sprayer out there and killing everything that breathes.
I'm afraid so, yes.
Nice to meet you. I'm wondering how many of these things I'm taking out of here with me.
All right, well, that's good. You take them all outside.
But I mean,
they'll do a good job.
They're not, they're all in my clothes now, probably?
Oh, sure, they're all over you. Look at them.
We'll be laughing with you on your eyelashes.
Boy, are we excited about being here.
We don't mind bugs all over.
No, you can tell. We enjoy our jobs.
Well, and it's an important job. We've had a lot of fun here, but You're here for a reason.
That's right. It's
And you've been here since 1922, and you're not going anywhere anytime soon. You're going to be around for a long time.
long time.
Well, after a good night's sleep, it's Sunday morning, and we are starting off the morning right here at La Fondita Bakery. And I walked in the door. First person I met, your name is?
Petra Patricia Garcia.
And you're the owner of the restaurant.
We are partners with my brother-in-law and my sister.
Right. And this fella came running over. Your name is?
Benjamin Ramirez, and I come here to buy some menudo because they're waiting for me over there at the house.
You were here to buy menudo?
Yeah, and my brother came from Palmdale this morning, and my wife said, well, go over to the Fondita and get some menudo so I can give him some. So I came here, and they're still waiting for me over there.
Well, but
they don't know what's going on.
Listen, we're not going to talk about menudo because I don't like menudo.
You don't want menudo, okay.
But what I do like is this. Tell me about this.
Well, those are the Mexican, they call them the Mexican sweet bread. The people come here and buy them, and they make them right here.
I know that.
And I come here and buy them all the time, too. Yep.
So this is the place in town.
Well, this is the place I like to come and get it right
for
here.
the authentic stuff.
Yeah, right.
What's your favorite in here? Because look at all of this
all
stuff.
Of my favorite, but I usually get well, some of this here, and well, my wife liked this one right here, this here, and where's the other one? Oh, those big ones there.
Now what are these called?
I didn't even know their names.
Those are bigotes.
Bigotes. Mustache. Can I take one out?
Oh, sure.
Now, are these for breakfast?
Well, yeah, with breakfast, with coffee or chocolate, whatever you want to do in the morning or something like that.
And this place has been here a long time, hasn't it?
Oh, yes. We started business in 1870.
1870?
Mm-hmm.
So it's an institution here in Fillmore.
Oh, yes. We started in Mexico and then we continue here in the USA.
What is la familia, family, the runs in the family, all together, yeah. That's what
Lots of families been here a long time.
Yeah, and they've been doing that for a long time. Yep. And they're the best in town.
You better grab the menudo.
Okay.
Let me show you the menudo. Come in here, come here a minute, Because... Oh, here's some menudo right here.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
You're having menudo this morning.
Yes. It's delicious.
Oh, boy, I don't know.
Did you know about that menudo? Or you just told me?
I know what's in menudo.
Okay.
That tripe.
Yeah, and you told me you didn't like.
But everybody's here. This is kind of a Sunday morning place to hang out.
Hang out on Sunday morning, yeah, like today. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If they would have known you've been here, there would probably be more in here.
Well, have a good day.
Okay.
Your name again is?
Benjamin Ramirez.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for having us in your restaurant.
Thank you for coming.
And the name of this restaurant again is?
La Fondita Restaurant and Bakery.
La Fondita Restaurant and Bakery, right on the main street of town here in Fillmore.
Yes.
Well, leaving the bakery, I ran into an old friend. You came over and introduced yourself. The fire chief of Fillmore, Pat Askren. And Pat, the last time you and I talked was right after the Northridge earthquake when I was visiting Fillmore, and this place was a mess.
It really was. All the storefronts were down in the roadway. We had it chain linked off. It was just total destruction after the earthquake. Actually, behind me, you see two of the lots that have not been filled. The rest of them, we've had new storefronts put on. They've all been retrofitted for earthquakes, and it's back alive and doing really well.
So these two buildings had to come down, along with, I guess, a lot of buildings throughout town.
Yes, we had like 200 buildings that were red tagged. That's including houses, and a lot of those buildings have come down since the earthquake, or immediately after the earthquake they came down.
Now, are all these old buildings, or are some of them new buildings made to look old?
The first two you see there are brand new buildings.
Really?
Yes, they are made to look old. Yes, they do. That was part of the council's decision, that they wanted the building to stay looking like the 30s era.
So really, in a way, the earthquake provided the planners of the city the opportunity to create a new city.
You're exactly right, and we wanted that new city to look exactly like it did in the 1930s. And it came out beautiful. We went back to the awnings and the old storefronts. The building you're looking at right here, the two-story building that belongs to Stewart, which is called Ballard's Furniture Store. That's a mixed use. That's got apartments up on top of it now, which it didn't have before, yes.
So you've got loft living here in Fillmore.
And the people that live up there absolutely love it. They're downtown, close to shopping. They're next to the theater that we have. They're just really in love with living in those apartments.
Well, it's an interesting mix, and I think this is what draws the tourist here, isn't it?
That's exactly right. This and the train, and they kind of step back in time when they come to Fillmore.
Okay, now I've hooked up with the head honcho. Teresa, you are you're the owner, the president, the CEO, the...
Actually, I'm the owner and secretary treasurer.
Ah, okay.
So I handle the financial ends.
Of the...
Fillmore and Western Railway.
Now, was there a Fillmore and Western Railway in history, or is this just a name that you all made up when you bought this railroad?
Well, we picked the Fillmore and Western Railway because we're in Fillmore, and we're in the West, and we're a railway.
So this is one that you just came up with. Let's let these fellas by. Come on through, fellas. The aisleways aren't that big, are they?
No, they're not. They're very narrow. This car was built in 1922, so they weren't thinking of, modern times with wider aisles.
Where did you get all these old cars? Because these are beautiful old cars.
This car particularly came from Texas. It was totally a disaster. It hadn't been anything done to it in, no telling how many years. We've come in, redone all the seats, everything in this car is repainted and redone, and the light fixtures are original though.
Oh,
and the seats are original except for the upholstery.
Now, can we go on through here and just see what's... Because there's another car. Oh boy, this is great.
This car was built in 1918. This is one of our older cars, and we have walkover seats in here that we've reupholstered.
Now, what do you mean? What did you call these?
Walkover seats.
Oh, you can switch the way you sit.
So if you have a family of 4, they can sit together, or if you just have 2s or 3s, they can, go one direction.
Okay, here come the boys back through. The kids like to walk up and down the train, don't they?
Yes, kids love to walk up and down the train, and actually adults do too.
All right, let's walk up and down the train. Oh boy, look what we got here.
Oh yeah, Huell, this is a full-service dining car that we have on the train, and we come in here and have lunch. We also do the dinner train food out of this car. And it's one of the few still in service, actual dining car service.
So this is a real, honest-to-goodness dining car.
Yes, it was. It was in service on the railroad.
What's the history of it?
It's a former Southern Pacific car.
So there might be people watching right now who at one time rode on this when it was a Southern Pacific.
That's very possible. That was back when passenger trains were in their heyday, and this car was on one of those trains, so it's got a lot of heritage to it.
Now, as the conductor, when you're on these trips, do you get a lot of old-time train stories? Do people want to talk to you and kind of tell their stories to you because they know you'll listen?
Well, sometimes they generally are more interested in the heritage of the line, though. So they ask the questions about what the line used to do and what it originally did, and
the local history.
Yeah, the local history. And
uh-oh, we got a lady backed up here. Let's let her get through. Boy, she's got an arm load.
Oh yeah.
So they're interested in the local history, the history of this line that served this area.
Well, this line used to be the original Southern Pacific main line. Before they put the line through Santa Susana Pass.
Oh, look, everybody's waving at the cars that are lined up for us. Boy, everybody loves to wave.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And this has got to make you feel great because there is so much positive energy on board this train today.
Oh, absolutely, yes. The dining car is always a lot of fun. It's always full. both trips, both coming and going. It's always full. It's the place to be. The food's excellent and cooked right on board.
This lady is going.
There is a car with a young son and a father, and they have tracked us since the station in Fillmore, and at every station and stop. There they are.
There they are. Hey!
That's the seventh stop that they have been there. I'm sure it's a Sunday ritual for him. What a nice thing for a memory that his dad took this little kid.
Follow us every weekend.
It's great. I love it.
Yeah, we have a good time with them. There's several people that come out and chase the train.
You know what? This train isn't moving that fast, is it?
No, we go nice and slow so everybody can enjoy it.
How fast are we going?
Probably about 10 miles an hour.
10 miles an hour. Well, that's a nice leisurely pace.
Yeah, everybody can see the scenery and enjoy themselves and take a break.
Oh, we got music going down here.
Yeah, that's Steve Hill. He's our guitar player and banjo player and fiddle player.
Oh, look.
Train I ride, 16 cozy long. Till I have a mystery train with my baby.
Good morning.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Yeah,
You?
let's have a round of applause. That was pretty darn good.
Well, thank you.
What's the deal? You ride on the train and play and sing train songs?
Yes, sir, I do. Are you from Texas?
Tennessee.
Tennessee, okay. Yeah, I go back from car to car playing guitar, and then I play a little violin, fiddle later, and then I play some banjo, just going back and forth, trying to entertain the kids and the grown-up kids.
Now, are you a grown-up kid? Is that the whole point?
You know, I hadn't figured it out yet. I'm somewhere in between there.
Yeah, but he plays good music, doesn't he?
Yes, very good.
Yeah, see, that's part of it too, I guess, isn't it?
Oh yeah, the music adds a lot, you know. So much of the beginnings of the railway, you know, had music to it, from Gandy dancers to just songs of Jimmy Rogers, you know, who was a brakeman himself on the train, and music plays a big part. So I kind of like to add my little bit in here, you know.
Well, we'll let you play a little bit more. It'll be good background music while we talk to some more people. What are you gonna play for us?
That's a real good question. How about Rock Island Line?
That sounds good. That sounds good.
Well, the Rock Island Line is a mighty good road. The Rock Island Line is a road to ride. Yeah, the Rock Island Line is a mighty good road. If you want to ride it, gotta ride it like you find it. Get your ticket at the station for the Rock Island Line.
Oh, now we're out. Oh, look at this. This is great.
Nice to meet you.
Boy, you're just smiling from ear to ear. Stand up and tell us about this train trip you're on.
Well, our son loves trains. Anything with trains, he wants to go on it. So he said he wanted to go today. We're here.
Wow, what a beautiful way to spend a Sunday morning.
Can't beat it. It's beautiful.
And look at this scenery we're looking through here. This is just
history. This is what the world used to look like before it got built up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Makes you wish for the good old days, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
And here they are. They're just smiling from ear to ear. Howdy.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good.
How are you?
Boy, you all look like you're in heaven right now.
This is heaven. This is heaven. We found California gold.
Oh, wait a minute. Here's Highway 126. Here's everybody. Oh, yeah. Hey.
That car right there, they follow us almost every weekend. They go to almost every crossing and wave at us.
So there's some really hardcore train fans up and down the...
Yeah, and if you keep your eye open, you'll see him at the rest of the stops. Or crossings.
This is great. This is so much fun.
Yeah, we do. We have a great time. And I think all of us enjoy working here. It's a fun job. So we have a good time while we're doing it.
Yeah. Boy, I don't want this to end. I don't know which side is the most beautiful. This over here with the high mountains and the citrus groves, or looking out over here, this big long panoramic view that looks like you can just see forever.
Yeah.
And we found out that this is all called Heritage Valley.
That's right. Santa Clara River Heritage Valley. And we're awful proud of it.
Y'all having fun?
Yeah, very great fun. Yes.
Beautiful day. Beautiful day.
And I'm glad I came here. I used to live here 40, 50 years ago, and then there was magic. California was magical. And I relive it again, because this is how I remember California.
Well, you know what? It probably hasn't changed out here that much.
No, it hasn't. Well, we were more in the Ontario, Cucamonga, Claremont area. That used to be all orange groves.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful. And now this is again. I almost had given up. I thought that California has lost its charm, but it's still here.
Well, welcome back.
Well, I'm glad to be back.
This thing all started, if you'll remember, it was drizzly and rainy in LA yesterday morning. We started out on the 5 freeway and got in a traffic jam and got all flustered and frustrated and stressed out. But here we are in Heritage Valley, this wonderful part of Southern California. We've spent the last 2 days in Piru and Fillmore and riding through this beautiful countryside. This is just about as beautiful as it gets. We've had a wonderful 2 days. We've seen a lot of beautiful and historic sites. More importantly, we've met a lot of wonderful people, some of whom are going to remain our friends for a long time. This has been a wonderful road trip, and I hope you've had as much fun as we have. See you next time. Look at this. We're just going to end with this view right here. This is our California. This is just about as beautiful as it gets.
Well, the Rock Island Line is a mighty good road. The Rock Island Line is a road to ride. Yeah, the Rock Island Line is a mighty good road. If you want to ride it, gotta ride it like you find it. Get your ticket at the station for the Rock Island Line. Well, it's cloudy in the west and it look like rain. I bought me a ticket on the railroad train. Pour on the water and shovel on the coal and hang it out the window, watch some drivers roll. The Rock Island Line is a mighty good road. The Rock Island Line is a road to ride. The Rock Island Line is a mighty good road. If you want to ride it, gotta ride it like you find it. Get your ticket at the station for the Rock Island Line. The 745 was always late. It arrived today at 7:45. Conductor hollered when they cheered his name. Well, we're right on time, but this is yesterday's train. The Rock Island Line is a mighty good road. The Rock Island Line is a road to ride. The Rock Island Line is a mighty good road. If you want to ride it, gotta ride it like you find it. Get your ticket at the station for the Rock Island Line. If you want to ride it, gotta ride it like you find it. Get your ticket at the station for the Rock Island Line.
Road Trip with Huell Hauser was made possible by the Automobile Club of Southern California and the AAA Travel Agency. We've been meeting members' travel, automotive, insurance, and financial needs since 1900. Over 4.5 million members turn to us for peace of mind and quality service. Find out more about all the ways Auto Club can serve you. 1-800-628-CLUB. The Auto Club. We're always with you. Huell's editing equipment was generously provided by Promax.
Hi, everybody. I'm Huell Hauser. And if you had fun on our road trip and would like to see it again or share it with family and friends, it's available on video cassette. All you have to do is call 1-800-266-5727, and we'll drive it over to you right away.